That's typically what
Yes.
is the follow-up behind that. It's like, I really hated that octopus dish, but
Yes.
glad I tried it, so I knew I would not eat it again.
Yep.
So, the fear that you have of, like, I don't know, eating a live octopus, at least you got...
Have you done that?
No, but I went to.
That sounds fascinating.
I mean, I eat octopus, but not a live
not
one.
live.
Me and my uncle were actually supposed to go, and there's some place in Houston, I think, that would do it, like a tentacle, and you just like dip it in, and you just try to swallow it before it
it's the
suctions to your throat.
This sounds awesome. Let me try this.
Yeah.
Tell Troy to invite me over to this.
Yeah. It sounds exciting.
It does.
Sounds like I want to.
It's like a competition of me versus this animal. Who's gonna eat who first?
Yeah, I just had to chew it fast enough. But yeah.
Of course, I already have their hands since I've chopped up parts of its body already. But
it's not technically even alive anymore. It's just
it's still moving, right?
But it still moves. But that's just because it's like muscle.
Yeah, just muscle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. So I don't know if I want to end on that note.
I don't think I do either. I don't think I want to end that on go out and eat octopus. But I mean, the whole point of this was just, you can't live your life as Bubble Boy. You cannot be scared and live in fear. And you can't necessarily always detach yourself, because I think at the end of the day, when you detach yourself, you just really are just hurting yourself more in the long run, because it's preventing you from living your best life realistically. I mean, if you cut yourself off from getting into a relationship, like you being detached because of your fear of what others have done to you in a relationship could be keeping you from the person that you're meant to be with.
That's really what we should be focusing in on our podcast, is how people can live their best life.
Yeah.
That's
Surprise, we're switching it up. That's what we're about, living your best authentic life. We both also do say a lot, live, like you put unapologetically you,
yes.
And in my bio is living unapologetically.
Yeah.
So we're going to change the podcast name.
Yes, we will.
No, I think we're still going to be
the same.
But the theme is...
Yeah, the theme, I think, is about that. Because number one is, I don't want to give the impression that we have it all mastered.
No.
I'm still figuring out a lot of things. There's some things that I feel pretty experienced at, Megan.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that I still like. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how I'm gonna approach that. And so I wanted to share with you people, that's anyone that's listening, that despite me not having everything all buttoned up and all my ducks in a row and knowing everything from A to Z on this particular thing, I'd still rather go, even if I know A and B, or even if I know A and C. I'll still run it and I'll figure out B on the way. That's kind of just the way that I
Plus, realistically, when you really take that phrase, having your ducks in a row, you really could never have all your ducks in a row.
Right.
Realistically, if you were playing with ducks, none of them are going to stay in a row.
No, they won't.
They will get up and move.
Yeah, if you've seen ducks, they're not trained like animals. Like a trained animal.
Oh, I was like, they are animals. What do you mean they're not trained? Like I've never met anybody that was like, yeah, I train my 2 ducks. They can go get food and come back, and That's
dogs,
true.
sure, pigeons are, but not ducks.
Weird.
Ducks probably do their own thing. They probably they fly south for the winter.
Yeah.
Which would be here, by the way, if you're listening to us from the north.
Yeah.
Texas is south.
Well, thank you for listening to our podcast of not living your life as Bubble Boy.
Yes. And we'll look forward to talking with you guys soon.
Live unapologetically. Have a great day.
Peace.
Wow, that's what we should change the bio to.
Yeah.
I did like that. I think we should change it to don't live your life like Bubble Boy.
Yeah, I'm going to. So this is a really cool book, Megan. This guy spoke, James Clear.
Oh, I saw that.
About like habits, and is more about environment. So you know how like you meal prep? So think about like when you meal prep, there's really good odds sometime throughout that week you're not going to go out to eat, and you'll eat your meal, your prepped meal food. And so it's a matter of putting that in habit. So one of the things they talked about was someone was helping this guy, like lost like 100 pounds or something, like in like a year or two. But the trainer told him, just go to the gym. at a certain time every single day and just go for 2 minutes and then leave, go back home. And so he's like, I don't care if you even go inside, you can stay in your car. And so literally after like 2 months, this guy's like, as a trainer, am I gonna do more than just 2 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, sure, he's like, if you want, go for 10 minutes. And so, but the whole thing is like, I want you to get used to is just same time, same place.
That's what I need to
So you're just getting habits. So and even he's like no, and it's like as dumb as it is, it's like it's literally like if you're like you want to do yoga or you want to work out at night, then it's the moment that you get home, put on your gym clothes.
Yep.
So and what's funny is Matt, he did that the other day, and he's like, I ended up running errands, Sherm, but it was on my mind that I knew that I wanted to exercise. And so Matt's trying to get that into his mindset is constantly put on, you know, the gym clothes. In the book, he talks about like if you want to do yoga, pull the yoga mat out of the closet.
Yeah.
A person wanted to play the guitar, but he always was like, oh, I'm always missing my lesson. I don't practice. Well, the guitar is in the closet.
Yeah, you can see now.
So he took it out and he put it on the couch where he typically sits down. And so what he found is every now and then he would just grab the guitar because it was there. So his environment made it conducive for what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like
which is my dumbbell.
Yeah.
Right? Like it sits there, and not every day do I put in sets.
Yeah.
But there's really good odds sometimes throughout the week
that
I'm gonna lift it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's like what I'm like what I used to do, which is what I need to start doing. But like when I was like working out for like a trip and stuff like that, that's what I would do was when I wouldn't want to go to the gym, that I would go, and as soon as I got home, I put my gym clothes on.
Yeah.
And then there's a good I mean, there might be an instance that I I would just like nap in my gym clothes.
Right.
But after a while, I would just go.
And so that's what he was saying is that people get in this they beat themselves up because they miss one day.
Yep.
And to the point that they stop doing it. But you think about it, if a lot of the habits that we're trying to build are meant to be for life. So does it matter that you missed one day?
Yeah.
When you got the other 30 going before it?
Yeah.
And so he's like, his phrase is never miss twice. And so it was just really interesting because I think, number one, and I think it could be a good conversation for next time is what habits do you do?
Yeah.
Because I think for a lot of people, that's their biggest obstacle is they have a habit of poor lifestyle.
Yeah. Because I think, so like the other day, that day that I posted that like I took a break was because I was pretty much running myself